Okay? This is what Paul is so carefully and meticulously telling his audience. With that in mind, he then says, so walk in him. This is a note of care, caution, and confidence. They had received Christ properly. They had been re-advised of who he is with Paul's careful explanation of the person, and thus he asked them to continue to live out their life with this knowledge and not swaying from it. They were not to be seduced by either the Judaizers who wanted them back under the law, which was fulfilled by Christ, nor were they to be duped into believing in a false Christ, who is not the Lord, by the Gnostics or other Greek philosophers. Okay? This is the importance of what Paul is saying. We've got this Gnostic thing that is arising in the world. Okay? And gnosis, meaning I have the secret knowledge. Yes. And I want you to be aware of that. And at the same time, what was the other thing I saw? The Greek philosophers, okay? And Paul speaks about the philosophers elsewhere, and he does not diminish the value of learning philosophy, okay? In fact, he cites Greek philosophers in his writings. When he's in the book of Acts and he goes to the, what do you call it? Begins with the A, the Agora. Yeah, he goes there and he speaks to them in Acts chapter 17, and he cites several Greek philosophers. He cites Euripides, and he cites, I can't remember. I used to know him by the top of my head. And then in the book of Titus, he cites one as well, Aratus. Okay, and so he cites these people, and so he has a knowledge of them, and when he says something, he is saying it to make a point. Okay, but anyway, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, well, just because he says these Greek philosophers are they're speaking all this philosophy that doesn't matter, doesn't mean not to learn it. Okay, you can have a knowledge of something and just not apply it, in an inappropriate way in the Bible. Okay, some people get so myopic in their view of things that they say, well, all I need is the Bible and I don't need anything else. But then they won't read people's commentaries on the Bible that know things from the Bible that they don't know. Okay, because the Lord will never reveal to them this particular thing in the Bible. Okay, and so it's good to read other people's commentaries. It's good to study these things, but make sure what they say corresponds with the Bible. Okay, anyway, as I said in the previous verse, no man is an island. You're not going to get all that you will ever get out of the Bible. Other people, the Lord is giving them things that you can learn from them, and he's not going to let you learn on your own. He wants you to be a part of something beyond yourself. Okay, so anyway, the term walk is used to indicate a manner of life. If one follows a false Christ, that person will have an aberrant walk. But in knowing the true Christ, who is the Lord, one will be careful to walk in accord with his expectations. Okay, that's what we want to do. We want to keep in step with the Lord, walk with the Lord. Paul uses these same terms again and again and again. Stand, therefore, walk. He's always using these metaphors so that you can think through what your life and action should be like. We should be walking with the Lord. We should stand firm on the Lord. We should stand on the Word, and so on. Okay, so think about those type of things that Paul gives and the way he says them, and it'll help you to more properly unpackage what he's saying, because he's very consistent when he uses these things.